YouTube. Wake up, sleepy people. I hope everything's off to a fine start at your house this morning. It's kind of a dreary day in East Texas today. We got cloud cover, they're dark, but the weatherman says that it's going to come shining through today. Anyway, well, what we're doing today is we're going to service a 2020 Honda Pioneer. Woohoo! These people actually want to take care of their new equipment. Man, no, it does not void the warranty. If you have a certified mechanic, certified mechanic or equivalent servicing your equipment, it will not void your warranty. And when I say equivalent, that means someone working under the supervision of a certified mechanic, such as uncertified technicians working in dealerships. That's how that works. Okay? I got my certification through AMI, American Motorcycle Institute. That's who owned Wyotech before Wyotech run it in the ground and filed bankruptcy and closed the school. Awesome school. AMI is an awesome school. I went to get my Harley Davidsons. I wanted to get certified in Harley Davidson. At the time, I was a big bike rider and loved working on my bikes and everything. And I knew that what I was going to do, I knew that where I was at today, I wasn't going to get here without a certification. So at 34 years old, 35 years old, I put my life on hold, left my two sons, which I was a single father, left my two sons with family, and got on my motorcycle and went to Florida and lived in Daytona Beach, Florida for a year and a half, and got my Harley Davidson certification. I got my watercraft certification, and I got my certification in Honda, Yamaha, and Suzuki. And all brands of watercraft. It wasn't just limited to any or to one brand. It was all rolled up into one. And I took the watercraft, personal watercraft part of it, after I had already taken all of my motorcycle courses. And I am so thankful for that. When I got into the watercraft portion of it, everything came so much easier. It was like, and we had an excellent teacher. George, he was an awesome guy. I really enjoyed that class. The first time I ever even considered myself a technician was about the second week in his class. Whenever he was grading tests and he looked up, he says, well, and when he spoke, everybody lifted their heads from what they were doing. He said, it looks like we got a couple of technicians here. And he called out my name, and he called out another guy's name that had been through the motorcycle course. We had went through it together. And we'd never been friends during the motorcycle course, but we became friends during the jet ski course. We knew, I mean, all the other guys, they were new. They come straight into the Marine part. But anyway, we looked up, and he called out my name, and he called out this other guy's name. And boy, I could just feel myself brimming with pride. Yeah. Because not only did we score a 4.0 on our test, and them tests aren't easy. Don't ever think that technical school is easy. Ever. Not only did we score 4.0 on the test, which was like 30 questions, something like that. They were all essay questions. But the hands-on troubleshooting, we scored a 4.0. He said that was very rare. So, 65 question test between the hands-on and the written essay test, we scored a 4.0 on both of them. I thought that was pretty awesome, and it just always lifted me through. And then, you know, I always considered myself a technician, but one day, I went to pick up my mentor when I worked for Sears. It wasn't just a few days after we had went to work for him. He's like, man, he says, you have picked up on all of this so quick. I said, well, man, I've been working on small engines. He says, no, man. He says, it's not just the engine part of it. He says, you've picked up on all of it. He says, the routing. He says, we're 2 days into it. I'm supposed to ride with you for a month. He says, I ain't going to do nothing but sit over here in this seat and just sleep. Whatever, dude. You know, but at that moment, just a few seconds, he says, man, he says, you was gifted, wasn't you? I said, what do you mean gifted? He says, well, I mean, he said, it don't matter what's wrong with one of these lawnmowers or tillers or whatever it is. He says, you just gotta, it's like a gift from God. You know exactly what's wrong with it. Within just a few minutes of working on it. And I never had looked at it like that. But he's probably right. All my life I had been looking for what God had meant me for. And here I am. The oil plug is accessible through the cubby hole, but I elected to pull the whole skid plate off so I could get to it and not make a mess. That's it in the center of the screen. It's a long oil plug. I think it's a 17 millimeter. I did not get any photos of the differential oil change or the front or the rear or the lubricating of the moving parts. But you lube every moving part on the wheeler and you change the differential oil with 80-90 weight. Spark plugs. Here's your air box. It is accessible without raising the bed. You use a short Phillips head screwdriver to pull the clamp off of it, and then you remove the air filter from the element and wash the air filter out with gasoline, then coat it. We'll let it dry and then coat it with motor oil, the same motor oil that you're using to put in the engine, and then replace it. Here's your oil filter element. You put your bolt through your oil filter cap. You put your O-ring on your cap. Put your spring on, then put your oil filter with the writing on the going toward the engine. There is no directional writing on there, but there is writing on there, and that's the way that the original oil filter come out of it. So I replaced it just the way it came out. The oil filter's on the right side of the engine in the front under a rather large cap. It has the cap. Well, it'll go in this order: oil filter, the spring, and then the cap. And then it has a really long bolt that's got holes and stuff in it that goes in it all the way through, bolts it into the engine. So that's where the oil filter is. Good afternoon. I'm Chris with Lone Star Mobile Mechanic. I work on lawnmowers, jet skis, boats, ATVs, generators, log splitters, tillers, most anything with a small engine on it, I'll work on it. Have you checked your generator lately? Does it run? Does it run right? Don't leak gas? Winter hasn't even arrived yet. Give me a call, 936-222-0936. It's 936-222-0936. You can check me out on Facebook, YouTube, the web, at www.lonestarmobilemechanic.com. Thank you. Have a nice day.